A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Let's talk about Arudha Lagna today and how it can help us understand from where we can get our money from. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments your suggestions there. If you haven't written to us, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. Let's talk about the Arudha Lagna. What is the Arudha Lagna? Arudha Lagna means when we take the Lagna Lord, our Lagna Lord, and see how many places it has moved away from the Lagna. And when you count that many places, move down that many places from the Lagna Lord, that sign then becomes the Arudha Lagna. For example, if your Lagna Lord is in the 3rd house, then you count 1, 2, 3 and from the Lagna Lord you count the 3rd place. That becomes your Arudha Lagna. That is your 5th house becomes your Arudha Lagna. There are 2 exceptions to the rule when the Arudha Lagna is placed in the 10th house or the 7th house. Or 7th house, 10th house and 4th house. We will talk about it in detail when we do our next video on Arudha Lagna, and it is also easily available on the net. So, let us move on to an interesting part as to how an Arudha Lagna helps us. As per BPHS, it is stated in the BPHS when there are shlokas on Arudha Lagna, it has been very clearly stated where Parashar Rishi is telling Maitra Rishi that from the Arudha Lagna, the 11th house from the Arudha Lagna, if there is a planet then sitting there, then for such a person it's easy and to gain wealth, and the person can gain a lot of wealth. If there is a benefic sitting there, then the person gains wealth by noble means. If it's a malefic there, then the means can be questionable. So, let's take an example. Let's see. Also, he is very clearly stated that the aspects also need to be taken. If there are a lot of aspects on this 11th house from the Arudha Lagna, then the person will be very wealthy. The person can gain wealth from a number of places and will become king. Depending also upon the kind of aspect that you have, the planets that are aspecting it, controlling it, it will give you a lot of wealth. Question would be, should we take Gemini or should we take up Parashari aspects? I will leave it on to you as to which way you want to go about it, because it is given to us in BPHS. So, you can definitely take the Parashar aspects too. Now, the chart here that I am taking for us is Dhirubhai Ambani's chart. In Dhirubhai Ambani's chart, you see his Arudha Lagna comes in the 4th house. Okay? So, the 11th from the 4th house is Saturn placed in its own house. When Saturn is placed in the 11th house, it gives a person, and Saturn is also aspecting the Arudha Lagna. It gives the person wealth at a very at a later stage in life because Saturn activation years are after 32. So, after 32 years or 48 years of life, the person will start earning good wealth. But once the person starts earning wealth, this flow of wealth is not going to stop, and it is going to increase lots and lots, as we see it in the case of Dhirubhai Ambani. Not only that, he is also mentioned, when we look into the shlokas, it is also mentioned that depending on the planets also which are aspecting him. If you see the Lagna Lord and the Arudha Lagna Lord, Jupiter is also aspecting, and Jupiter is the Karaka for wealth. So, Jupiter is also aspecting that Saturn. So, that also makes sure that he earns quite a lot of wealth, good amount of wealth. And the question that you can ask is that when would he earn that? Well, he would be earning it in the Jupiter-Saturn period, be it the Dasha or the Antardasha. The next chart that I am taking here is that of A.R. Rahman. What happens here is that you see his Arudha Lagna is in the 3rd house. Again, it is the same Lagna. The Lagna here in both the cases was Sagittarius Lagna, and his Arudha Lagna is in the 3rd house. Why? Because Jupiter has gone into the 8th house. 8 to 8th is the 3rd house. So, here when you look into the Arudha Lagna, you see that the 11th from it is nothing but the Lagna itself, and on the Lagna is the 10th lord, that is Mercury, and there is Sun, 7th and 10th lord Mercury, and the Sun which is in the which is the lord of the 9th house. Sun is also a planet that gives you plentiful, and we know A.R. Rahman has earned a lot because of his teachings also and because of his skills also. You see there is also the aspect of Saturn, Rahu and Mars, because they are all malefics. Okay? So, that means that he has had to work really hard, really hard to earn this wealth, because this wealth has come with a lot of toil, lot of hard work, and could also be because of lot of things that he has had to do that normally one would not be even thinking of. It could be compromises that he has made, it could be the sacrifices that he has made, all that is a possibility. So, we see that when the Arudha Lagna is aspected by a lot of planets, when there are a lot of planets sitting there, then a person can have a lot of or will have a lot of wealth, as BPHS tells us, as Parashar Rishi tells us. Check out your Arudha Lagna, check out the 11th house from it, and do let us know how you find it working. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.